Diablo.
Oh, shit. This happens every time.
What are you doing?
I'm trying, motherfucker. I'm trying with all of the will that I have.
That's why you're not married.
I don't want to be married.
It's
Who
my
the fuck wants
choice.
to be married?
Yeah,
exactly.
it's my choice.
Single by choice.
It's by choice.
Anyway, hi guys. Welcome back to the What Can Go Wrong podcast. My name is Jules, Julia, that loud Mexican bitch. That's it. Ghost hunter, gaslighter, all of the things. And to my right, I have
Traveling Pierre once again. You know,
Again?
I've been around. You know what I'm saying?
All right. You whatever the fuck you say.
Yeah, I've been around.
All right. Well, I think we left the listeners off on a little bit of a cliffhanger the last episode, right? We told them that we were going to Albuquerque to go see Jerry Garcia, Concrete,
Where's he at?
and
Put it on
Duno.
the shirt. Oh shit, this one.
Right there. Jerry Garcia, Concrete, and Duno. And we made good. We actually went. We didn't flake. We drove 6 hours to get there.
On some real shit, Duno's name is the easiest one for me to spell.
Duno.
Concrete, I fuck it up every time.
You're like, where does the E go?
Jerry Garcia, I fuck it up every time. Duno, I can spell that shit real good.
Oh my God, that's sad. Anyway, let's talk about our trip, right?
The misadventure.
The misadventure of Albuquerque. So we start off the morning looking for ice because we were not going to be stopping and buying McDonald's every couple of hours. We said we're going to make our own food. We're going to bring our own drinks, and we're just going to fucking drive the whole way there.
Do you think that's trauma-based?
No.
Like most people, when they do road trips, it's like, oh, we're going to stop here. We're going to look at the world's largest yarn.
I don't have time for that.
No.
And so we have to buy ice for the coolers. Pierre's like, oh, let me go to this liquor store and just get us some ice right quick.
And it's a local spot. We go to this liquor store all the time. They know Jules by her first name.
Yeah, they're like, the last four of your debit card is 1234. I'm like, yes, bitch, you
Don't lie. They yell out, Ghost Hunter, what's up?
Ghost Hunter, get out of here. They don't fucking know.
So
me.
I was like, yeah, we'll get ice at the fucking liquor store. Right. I run in there while you're going to the ATM because, I haven't got no fucking money.
Right.
They were fucking closed.
Yeah, it was like 8:30 in the morning. We were trying to leave.
Oh, like people don't need alcohol at 8 o'clock in the morning?
That's what I said. Like, what are you people doing? Like, it's 8:30 in the morning. Like, come on, TikTok.
So that was our first upset. I was like, we're going to get back on track.
Right.
It's all right. I know a fucking spot.
I got to put gas in the car.
Yeah.
And so then we go to a 7-Eleven. And what happens there?
I go to the back. It's taped off. There's no fucking ice in this fucking machine.
Yeah.
And I go up and I have the faith that maybe I'm looking in the wrong place.
They got it in the back.
So I was like, hey, man, do you got any more ice? And he laughs. No, man. We don't got no ice.
Oh, my God.
You motherfucker.
8:30 in the morning. You don't got no fucking ice? Like, what do you expect me to... give me back my money for my gas.
And so at this point, Jules is like, let's go right across the street. We'll go to that gas station. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I know another place. I've stopped there before. They're going to fucking have ice.
Yeah.
I've got it there. I was like, just fucking listen to me.
And so we pass up a gas station, like a fucking Conoco. And I'm like, Pierre, right here. I'll just turn right here. He was not having it. He was like, no, we're not stopping there. Why would we stop there?
I was like, let's go this way.
Yeah. He's like, keep fucking going. And I'm like, but it's right here. So then?
We pull up to the spot. And I'm like, this is the fucking spot. The Lord, He loves me. I've been doing right. As soon as I walk in, I go to the back. There is 3 half-open bags of ice. And the look on your face as I walk out the fucking convenience store.
Yup.
This is where Jules becomes a seancer. She already knows. She was like, let me guess, they didn't have no fucking ice.
I told you we should have gone to the Conoco 2 blocks down. So guess what the fuck we have to do? Turn around, go to the Conoco 2 blocks down that I originally mentioned.
I've never been to that Conoco.
You don't have to. That could have been your first time. So then what happened? He found ice. They actually had ice. He got 3 bags of ice. It was fine.
I asked the guy, he's like, oh, we got ice. I was like, fuck, thank God, man.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God. I come out, Jules is like, I knew this was the spot.
Yeah, I fucking told you.
I told you this was the place in the first one.
Yeah.
So we finally fucking get ice. This is already like we're
like
an
30
hour
minutes
late
in. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trip.
Yeah, we were like 30 minutes late because I had to make burritos. You're right.
So we finally get the fucking ice. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's where I decide Jules may know what she's talking about.
Maybe.
Fucking seance. She fucking knows. I was like, bet. All right. You fucking know better. We'll go on your choice.
Right. And so I'm the first one to drive. I take the first shift. And so we get on the road, and Pierre feels some sort of way about my driving. Like we're already like out of the city limits where the speed limit is 75, where it's just like.
Bitch, that's the speed limit the whole way there. 75 is the max.
Well, no, I know. Like I'm saying that we were out of the city. That we were already like when you realized how I drive.
Yeah. So we're driving, and it doesn't even feel like we're going fast. And then I decide to look at the speedometer.
Yeah.
This bitch, allegedly, there's no proof.
Yeah, no proof.
This bitch is going 120.
Yeah.
120.
I had to get there.
And
I
I'm
gotta
like,
talk to Jerry.
I'm fucking precious cargo, bitch. What are you doing?
He didn't feel it. I was going
Driving,
smooth.
no, you're driving fast as fuck. You never moved over to the fucking left lane. You
No.
stayed in that right lane the whole fucking time.
No, other way around. I was in the left lane. Left lane is for passing. Right lane is for the slow people.
Once again, Jules knows
I'm just
all.
saying.
She corrects me.
I'm just saying.
You were in the fucking fast lane, bitch.
I was in the fast lane
and
the
you
whole
not
time.
once moved to the fucking slow lane.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, get out the way. I was Ludacris. I was listening to Ludacris the whole way there. But we did stop at a couple restrooms. And we
Correct.
gotta give our review of restrooms. Pierre has a smaller bladder than I do. What's your review of the restrooms?
Well, because I'm a diabetic.
Oh my god!
I'm saying, so I got to go to the bathroom. So the very first place we stopped, it was on the interstate.
Right.
It was all right. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too great. I just remember thinking, there's not one sticker of us up here.
Yeah.
We immediately put some stickers up, and I was surprised because sometimes you walk into a public restroom and it smells like straight hard piss.
Right.
And it's not like any kind of piss. It's like nasty,
Like
big,
dehydrated urine. Dehydrated urine.
But we walked in, and it was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I was able to wash my hands, which I always do every single time
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom. I wash my fucking hands. I would give that bathroom hard 3, soft 4.
All right. I'll take it. I just didn't appreciate that they didn't have paper towels, that they make you use the cold air to dry your hands. That's my only issue.
Yeah, I just put that shit on my pants.
You're like, yes, the wool, yes, the wool. So we get to the Airbnb finally, right? And
Safely.
safely. Yeah. Pierre takes the second shift. He gets us there safely. We message the guy and tell him, hey, our flight landed early. Can you let us
What
in
are you
early?
saying? You.
Okay, whatever. I messaged the guy. I messaged the host and I was like, hey, my flight landed early. Can I get in early? And he was like,
Gaslighted him.
and he was like, yeah, fine. Here's the code to the door. And I was like, bet, bitch.
All right, so we pulled up. As soon as we unload, we get in there, and I was like, this shit smells like incense.
Yeah.
Hard incense.
Yeah.
Jules was like, shut the fuck up. Bring my shit inside.
Yeah. I was like, who
Because
cares?
Jules couldn't be bothered with bringing everything inside. So
No, but
I
I've
bring
been
everything.
driving for 6 hours or writing for 3 at least.
I bring everything inside, and the Airbnb, it was a deal. We got it for a deal.
Yeah.
It was one fucking night, and I told Jules, I was like, God damn, it smells really aggressive, like incense in here. And I told her, I was like, fuck, man, this kind of reminds me of the projects. The whole house
Yeah.
was old concrete.
Yeah.
We start looking around, and that's when I bring it up to Jules. I was like, hey, I don't want to make this an issue, but do you think that's actually sage because this house is haunted?
Yeah.
Or do you think that's incense? What'd you tell me?
I was like, motherfucker, that's incense. Shut the fuck up already. I was like, hurry up and put my shit in the fridge before it fucking gets warm.
Okay. So from there, I was like, you know what? I'll believe you. I trust you. So we start
She's my older sister. Why would she lie to me?
There's no air conditioning. It's a fucking swamp cooler.
It's a swamp cooler.
I pull a boss ass move. I get the bigger room. I was
Yeah.
like, Jules, you get that fucking little room.
It's fine. I don't care.
So as we're walking around, I'm like, fuck, this house is weird, man. Like everything, it seems very like somebody with a wheelchair lived there.
Yeah, like ADA approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start looking around, and I come up, I find a blessing. This owner has an entire DVD rack.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you find an Airbnb with a bunch of DVDs.
I agree.
So I fucking light up. I started going through the whole fucking thing. I was like, bet, let's fucking get this one. I pick out Idiocracy.
Right.
I'm hype as fuck. I pull it out, I load it in, I turn on the TV, and immediately I'm like, where the fuck is this DVD player?
the remote to the DVD player.
And Jules was like, just press the button. I was like, bitch, you think I don't know that?
Yeah.
You don't think I know how to work a DVD?
I'm just saying.
I was like, Jules, please reach out to the host. We need to find this fucking remote.
Yeah.
And the dude, the most Albuquerque response, he was like, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he told me. He was like, it was there the last time. He was like, if it's not there, like, my bad. I'll figure it out. And I was like, and so I responded to him, no worries. Like, I found the movie.
Didn't even fight for me. Didn't even fight for me.
No, what was I going to do? Tell him to go get it?
So that was my biggest excitement of the whole Airbnb. I was like, can't even watch any fucking DVDs.
Yeah. So we were stuck watching Tubi.
At this point, we didn't even talk about the fucking sandwiches you made.
Oh, I made sandwiches.
We made a post. It was sandwiches and beer.
We said we need to get alcohol. Like, we have gone 6 hours without drinking. That's too fucking long. The drive was 6 hours. We need alcohol. So we go to the liquor store. And Pierre has a little bit of an encounter.
So we park using Julie's handicap placard.
There's parking everywhere, but I was like, nah, skirt. We using the handicap.
And the one thing I appreciate about Jules is that she'll let me be the captain. When we go into a new place, I get to fucking lead the charge.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I walk in, and I'm like, I don't need to know where shit's at. I don't need to ask nobody. I'll figure it out.
Right.
So we start going down a random ass aisle. They have a set of stairs for employees to get the shit on the really high racks.
Right. On the shelves.
There's a chick right there. She's going up that step. And there's only like maybe 3 feet of space.
That's all that's left because those stairs are wide.
And so I go through there, and then there's an older gentleman, white man, white, with a cart. We make eye contact, and I'm like, bet I'm going to be nice. I'm going to respect my elders. I'm going to let him through.
Yeah.
This motherfucker starts walking through and immediately stops right where the stairs are at.
In the middle of the... Are you kidding me? In the middle of the fucking aisle, he decides to stop and peruse the fucking liquor.
And only because I know Jules had my back.
Yeah.
Because, I had the strong arm. I felt some kind of way.
Yeah.
So I immediately walk up to him, and I didn't... It was a little rude. It was a little rude.
That was a little passive
But I
aggressive.
fucking pick up this dude's cart. I said, sorry, I'm going to squeeze through. I pick that shit up, and I push it to the side.
And he's like, oh, dear God.
Walk through. I felt really good. Jules did exactly what she was supposed to do. She didn't make it worse, no better. She was like, fuck yeah, you make that white man move.
Yeah, I was like, excuse us. I just kept it pushing. I don't have time for that.
It was funny, though, because they had all the expensive shit towards the front.
Yeah.
And, we had to drink some of that domestic shit. Yeah. All the domestic shit was way in the back.
Yeah, they're like, you're going to have to walk for it. Get some steps in, buddy.
And, we get our shit. And on the way out, I hate stores that are very corporate now.
Right.
Like, Jules, you're of age.
Yeah.
Your shoulders.
These broad ass shoulders, you know that I'm of age.
They ask every single person for ID.
They scan the IDs. They do.
I don't like that shit.
I don't either. Like, motherfucker, be like the casinos. If you look older than 35, we won't ID you. If you look younger than 35, we will ID you.
And so this will come into play later. Jules sees buzz balls.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I bought buzz balls.
And, that's that young people shit.
Yeah.
Jules was like, you think we should get some? I was like, nah. Diabetic Pierre was like, there's too much sugar in there. We shouldn't get that shit.
I don't give a fuck. I was like, I need some of this shit.
We finally get our shit. We load up, and we go back to the Airbnb.
Right.
Now, the plan was, in Albuquerque, there's only a few things to do.
Oh, yeah.
Get meth or go to the Breaking Bad store.
Right.
We get back, and Jules like, you want to go? After driving, you drove 3 hours, I drove 3.
Right.
I didn't have it. It wasn't in me. I was like, let's just fucking hang out.
He specifically told me, he was like, when we go, I want to make sure that I go to this Breaking Bad store. I was like, all right, we can go. It's not a big deal. And yeah. And then after all of that shit, he's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, you know what, motherfucker? Está bien. I'm going to take a nap.
My heart was broken about those DVDs, bitch. I was upset.
I don't give a fuck. We had alcohol and sandwiches. That's all you needed. That's all you needed. And tampon shots.
And it was a minute, too, because we got there like around 5 o'clock. The show wasn't until 9.
Right.
The whole time I was mopey as fuck.
Yeah. So I take a motherfucking nap because I'm of age that I need a nap before I go to a show.
While Jules is napping, I'm going through the whole house. I'm getting my shit ready because I have a whole outfit. Jules waking up. She was like, we got to go in an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. We got to go.
And Pierre was stressed about time. Pressed for no fucking reason. He was like, how much longer is your hair going to take? Bitch, do you see how fucking long this hair is? It's going to take a minute.
Because I waited the whole time for you. I could have gone first. I definitely could have gone first.
Yeah.
But I waited until you went in there and then I started brushing you.
Yeah. And I was like, motherfucker, I don't know what to tell you. My hair is going to take as long as it fucking takes. But anyway, we get to the venue. Okay. Actually, you know what? Before we get to the venue and we talk about what happened, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So we'll be right back, guys.
Hey.
All right, motherfuckers.
Before we start,
Yes.
reach into the abyss.
Are you going to do Diablo?
I did it. I started it with it, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not going to do Diablo, I'm not going to go into the abyss.
Blessings.
God damn it. These things, like, are ridiculous. Stem ciders, you guys are ridiculous.
They're not made for gente.
They're not. Oh, that one's good. Hibiscus. All right. So we left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We got to the venue, right? That's where we left off. Okay. We get to the venue. I can't find it because it's in a fucking strip mall.
Yeah, it's a shopping mall.
Right. And so it doesn't matter. We eventually get there. And so it's down some stairs inside of a basement. So we go down the stairs and there's this Mexican dude who's like selling merch. And he's like, hey, if you want a meet and greet, like you got to buy a t-shirt or a hat. You want meet and greet, you got to get a t-shirt or a hat. And I was like, they're not fucking doing meet and greet like without a t-shirt or a hat. And he was like, nah, you got to
buy something, motherfucker.
You got to buy something. And I was like, at least it's not like Gary Owen. Gary Owen charges $30 for
nothing.
For nothing. For the picture. So I was like, all right, what do you got? Let me see what you got. Pierre, what did you get?
What the fuck did I got? I got the Perritos World Tour. So as soon as I asked the dude, I was like, yo, what size do you go up to? He looked me up and down. He was like, shit, 4X, Perrito?
Yeah.
I feel like 4X is not as bad as 5X. Like,
Right.
if you're wearing 5X, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It's some issues.
Yeah.
And so immediately I was like, bet, let me get that goddamn shirt.
Yeah. Give me the 4X. That fits my body.
I pull out the goddamn credit card. I was like, burn that shit on the credit card.
Yeah.
Jules was like, all right, bet, I need to get me something. You end up picking up a hat.
I got a hat.
And I had to tell the dude, hey, bro, separate tabs, bro.
Separate bills. Yeah. This bitch, she's my sister.
Separate.
She's my fucking sister. She paid for her own shit.
As, you know, he rang us up. He was a good salesman.
He was.
He was really good. So we get the wristband, and we already had the VIP seating.
Yes. Oh, yeah. When we got there, Pierre he goes to the fucking general admission line. I was like, sir, I don't know who you think you're fucking, who you're with.
It was just automatic. I didn't even look at you. I was like, oh, get in line, GA. I'm always GA.
I'm not always GA. I'm always VIP because I'm not going to drive 6 hours to go GA. I'm not doing it. It was like a $10 difference.
That was a long-ass line. General admission was long as fuck. So once Julie shames me.
Yeah.
And she wasn't nice about it. She was like, hey, we're in this line, motherfucker.
Yeah. We were like third in line.
And immediately I was like, oh, fuck, we're not on this line? Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I'll see you later, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We go to the preferred seating.
Yeah. Preferred seating is what it was called.
At this point, we got there hella early.
Yeah, because we thought that like it was going to be crazy long. The line.
I mean, the line was long as fuck.
The line was long.
I looked at Jules. I was like, hey, if you need to go to the car.
Yeah.
And drink some of that fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
Do it right now. I'll hold this fucking spot down.
Because I had my satchel full of tampon shots, but I took the buzz balls. Remember, I bought buzz balls at the liquor store earlier before I took my nap. So I had those fucking buzz balls in the back of the car, and I was just like, good fucking looking out. Good looking out, motherfucker. And I was like, I'll be right back.
That's not what you said. You were like, don't let nobody get in front of you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, don't fucking let nobody fucking cut. And so I go to the car, and I open up the buzz ball, and I go to reach, and I fucking knock over my buzz ball. This motherfucker, buzz ball.
I told you, I was like, get my sweat rag. I'm sweating.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Sugary liquid all over my fucking console.
That's all buzzball is, sugar.
Yeah. And so I'm like trying to fucking pick it up and shit. And I'm like with the fucking napkins, and it was terrible. And then I'm like, all right, chug the rest of it, bitch. Chug the rest of it. And I'm like, okay, ya estuvo. It was too strong. It was too strong.
For the young bucks.
Yeah. It wasn't for me. I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't do it. But I tried.
As Jules is doing all this shit,
Right.
people start coming in.
Right.
I get a rowdy ass group behind me.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't like to judge people, but these were some younger Hispanic females.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always like to push more. But I was like, Jules, you need to come down now. These bitches are pushing me forward.
Yeah.
Jules comes down. Finally. Thank God.
And I just get in front of him, and these bitches stare me down, looking at me like they're ready to fucking kill me. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, why you so mad, homie? And then I finally talked to Pierre, and they realized that, like I'm with you. And then they like, calmed the fuck down. But they were ready to fuck me up.
But the other thing I always tell people is, like, when they look at us, how can you not see that we're brother? Look at this. I'm going to take the hat off. How can you not tell me and Jules are brother and sister?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Look at the shoulders.
Look at the shoulders. Shoulders. We look exactly the same.
But those bitches were mugging the fuck out of you. So at this point, we get a top flight security.
Top flight.
So this dude came out. He was like, all right, VIP preferred sitting where we were at.
Yeah.
He was like, we're going to be letting you guys in here in a little bit.
Yeah.
10 minutes. I had to use the bathroom. Jules was like, just go to the bathroom. My anxiety would not let me go to the bathroom. Dude came out. He's like, 3 minutes. I was like, too late now. We can't go anymore.
Yeah.
Finally, he was like, all right, we're going to let you guys in. And I'm thinking we're going to get into the actual seating room. No.
Wrong.
We are at least the third group in line.
Yeah, we're third.
As soon as we get in, we find out it's just like a bar.
Yeah, it's the waiting area.
And they're like, these drinks don't count towards your 2 drinks.
Yeah. They were like, if you want to drink, you can drink here, but it don't count towards your 2-drink minimum. Me and Pierre look at each other. I was like, nah, motherfucker, we get a bucket.
Jules was like, I'll be right back. Hold this line.
Yeah.
You know, she went to go do her fucking tampon shots.
Yeah.
I held it. I held them.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And then pretty soon, motherfuckers started inching their way forward.
Oh, my God. There was no... It was chaos.
There was no order.
There was no order. And I was like, motherfucker, you know you didn't come third in line. Like, why the fuck you trying to get in front of me? Like, get your ass back to 8th.
Yeah. And Jules was like, just go to the bathroom. I was like, nah, I can't.
Pierre was sweating bullets. And he was just like, I'm so uncomfortable. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, motherfucker, go to the bathroom. I'll fucking hold it down. And Pierre didn't trust me to hold it down.
No. I was like, yo, give me 2 tampon shots.
Yeah.
As soon as we get sat, I'm going to the bathroom.
So what is the trick that I always do? Slip him a quick 20. So I give the guy who's seating us a fucking 20. And I was like, as close as you can get us, homie. And he was just like, bet. He was like, right here? Next to the stage. Next to the stage. Stage left, bitch. And I was just like, all right. And then the people behind us, what did they say?
They were talking mad shit. Like, yo, that's some fucking bullshit. And I was like, bitch, you gotta have somebody with some money.
Yeah. Pierre was like, that's why I came with this bitch, because she fucking knows how to slip a 20. And so the guy was just like, right here, or do you want somewhere else? And I was like, no, right here works, homie, right here works. We were like right next to the stage. It was perfect. And Pierre was like, all right, I gotta go. I got these 2 tampon shots calling my fucking name.
Go to the bathroom. I do my little tampon shots. And
did anybody like realize what you were doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
So the bathroom was wild as fuck.
Okay.
And it was all gente. So Jules never explains this to me. With the tampon shots, you can just lift a tab and then pull the tube.
Yeah, you don't have to rip it open. Just lift the tab where the fucking glue was at.
I didn't know that. I just fucking grabbed the side of it and I'd fucking rip it open.
Oh my God, you animal.
Like 3 people are just staring at me because it looks like I'm drinking tampons.
Right.
Knock that shit back. No problem. Immediately, we go back to the table.
Yeah, you go back to the table. I've been there. So it's a weird-ass couple, and there's one menu for the whole table. And so I'm just like, hey, do they have modelos here? I'm like, I'm sure that they do. This bitch is looking at every fucking page, analyzing the price for everything. She's like, pull out the calculator to the guy. And I'm just like, bitch, get what the fuck you gonna get. Like, you don't, like.
It's wild that you're so mean to me, but to a random stranger, you're like, I'll let her just look at everything.
No, she was looking at it, and I was like, are you done? And she was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm done. And I was like, cool. I was all kinds of upset, where I was just like, bitch.
Before I went to the bathroom, I was like, bitch, give me a beer.
Yeah. He said, stupid ass motherfucker. All he says is, get me a beer. What does that mean? You want a fucking Miller Lite? You want a fucking Modelo? You want a fucking Pacifica? What do you want, bitch?
The cheapest beer, bitch. That's how I roll. The cheapest fucking beer.
The cheapest beer was like $7.
Yeah.
But they had like 4 options. So of the 4 options of the cheapest beer, which one do you want?
The cheapest one.
They're all $6 or $7. They're all $7. There's 4 beers. And he was like, the cheapest one. I was like, there's 4 of them, you stupid bitch. I was so upset. So upset. So then the opener finally comes up. Julian from El Paso, Texas. And he is the host. Okay?
Yeah.
So he did decent. He didn't do bad. He just did decent. Compared to Jerry, Concrete, and Doknow, he did decent. Plus, he drove from fucking El Paso. I don't know how many hours that was, but he fucking drove there to do a fucking host show. He probably got paid like $40. Like,
He made some money.
I don't know, bro. I don't think that he made very much.
So he came out, and the opener's usually not as funny as the fucking.
Of course, the
headliner.
headliner. Of course not.
So he comes out, and immediately he starts talking about how he had a dad.
Fuck it.
I immediately zoned the fuck out.
Yeah, I was like, you had a dad? Fuck you, homie.
Your life
Fuck
is
you.
great.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
And I became more focused on getting the fucking drinks. I was like, where's the fucking server, bud? Let me get
Oh,
these
yeah.
goddamn beers.
So I asked that bitch, and I was like, hey, can I get a bucket of Modelo? She was like, a bucket? We sell them individually. And I was like, so can I get 5 of them? She was like, no, we do one at a time. Get the fuck
She
out of
looked you
here,
up and
homie.
down. She was like, nah, one at a time.
Yeah, she was like, one at a time. And I was like, well, can I get 2 of them? One for me, one for him. She was like, if you have a card. And I was like, well, he has the card, but he's in the bathroom. She was like, I'll come back for the card.
Damn.
I was like, what the fuck is your problem? And then Chino Cochino comes up, right? And immediately brings down the vibe. Immediately. He starts talking about his fucking divorce. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about your divorce. He starts talking about the TikTok ban that happened how long ago? Like, why the fuck are you talking about some old ass shit, homie? Like, get some new fucking material.
The thing that bugged me was, he was light-skinned. And then he goes down the whole fucking Miklo route.
He really did.
Light-skinned Hispanic people always talk about that shit.
He did have green eyes.
No,
Blonde hair, blue eyes, yeah.
I looked at Jules and I was like, this dude sucks.
Yeah, and he was yelling into the mic the whole time, and I was just like, bro, you don't need to yell at us. Like,
I was like, this dude's a local. He doesn't fucking tour with the Berritos. This dude's from Albuquerque.
All right, before we continue, we'll be right back, guys.
Hey.
All right, motherfuckers. We don't have any beer to crack because we still have our old beer, so that's just what it's going to be. But you can say Diablo if you want. Diablo. I said it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's keep it pushing. So we were at the show. Chino Cochino comes on. We don't fucking like him. We don't fucks with him. He's immediately bringing down the vibe, talking about his fucking divorce, and we're just like, get the fuck out of here, homie. Gave us like weird gay vibes.
No, he just gave us the ick, and the server was not coming around to
she
replenish our fucking beers.
She wasn't. She. I think because I asked her for a bucket, I think she was just like, no, not
She's
these.
like, I'm going to slow you down.
Yeah, and I was just like, bitch, can I get 5 of them? And she's like, no, I can't. I can give you 1 at a time. And I was like, you stupid bitch. That's why you get fucking 10% tip. Anyway, so Doknow comes on, and what's the first thing I tell you when I fucking see him?
His zipper's down.
The whole fucking show, his zipper is all the way down.
And I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
You were like, his zipper is down.
All the way down. So Pierre's like, let me help him out. So he messages Jerry, because we talked to Jerry. Messages Jerry, and he's like, hey, just let your boy know his zipper's down.
And part of me, I wanted to give you shit. I was like, why are you being a ball gazer? Why are you looking at his shit?
His shit was shining off of the light.
No.
It was.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever.
So Doknow comes out. And, I fuck with Doknow. I learned some shit about him because I was telling Jules on the way up. I was like, why does he talk with the fucking lisp?
Yeah.
And Jules, the fucking timekeeper, tells me a whole story about how he fucking bit his tongue.
Yeah, he bit his tongue off. He got in a fight. He got in a fight with his friend. And his friend rocked him. And he bit his own tongue, like, in half.
And immediately I was like, I can't talk shit now.
Yeah. And I was just like, that's why he talks with the lisp, is because he almost bit his tongue off completely.
And then, Doknow, he's relatively new to the comedy game.
Right.
And there was a part that he came out and I felt so connected to.
Okay.
We're going to play that part right now.
I looked up like fun shit to do in Albuquerque. And let me tell you guys, it was like visit the Breaking Bad museum, or do meth.
I felt that shit because, like we said earlier, that was the only thing I wanted to do was visit the fucking Breaking Bad store.
Yeah, exactly. He knew he knew that there were only 2 things to do in fucking Albuquerque. He
Meth?
knew.
Meth in the Breaking Bad store.
That's it.
That was
That's
it.
That's it.
He fucking killed it.
Well, I connected with him on his toxic shit.
Shocker.
I know.
Shocker.
He has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend called in the middle of his set. And Future Julie, make sure you play that shit right now.
You guys, my girl's calling me. Hold on, I'm not at her right now. She wants to be outside being a whore. Hello, what happened?
Why'd you text me back?
Real quick, say hi to all of New Mexico. They're hearing you right now talk on the mic. You guys want to hear Largy on stage? She's lucky she's not in my face. She would have met Chris Brown right now. I'm going to call you right now after I get off stage, right?
Okay, bye.
Love you. Say it with your fucking chest, the fuck?
Love you.
There we go, see? Mike, that's how you're supposed to fucking do it, fool. Anyways, back to you being black in New Mexico.
And the way he forced her to say, I love you back, I was like, that's my fucking gente.
It's not good, bitch. It's not good.
It is
You
good.
shouldn't be talking to your partner like that.
I don't give a fuck. That's exactly how I talk to everybody. I'm like, tell me you fucking love me and say it with your fucking balls. And then they say it. Exactly.
So he finished his whole set
Yeah.
with his zipper down, mind you.
The whole time.
Nobody said nothing.
No.
It was wild. You know, I guess that's the thing in New Mexico. Like, Hispanic people date white women.
Yeah.
If BJ would have came, we would have got picked on.
Yeah. It was a good thing that she didn't come.
And so by this point, we're already feeling good because now the fucking server came.
Yeah.
She refilled our drinks.
Yep.
I was like, bet, let's fucking do it.
Yeah. We still had the tampon shots, and I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm gonna fucking take a tampon shot here at the table. Nobody was gonna say shit.
Nobody. I think is that where I got up?
Yeah.
So I got up because the opener came out.
Yeah.
Julian
Julian
from
came
El
back.
Paso.
Yeah. He came back.
Went to the bathroom, and, you know, nobody was in the restroom, but it's just a sense of judgment. When you're
Okay.
drinking tampon shots in the bathroom,
Oh my God.
people are judging you. I could have gone to a stall. I could have did it quietly, but I was like, fuck that. The sink is right here. I'm going to knock this bitch out right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do 2 tampon shots, and the guy washing his hand in front of me just gives me the look.
Like, what are you doing with your life?
I was like, motherfucker, don't judge me.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, homie. I went into a stall because there was always a stall available, so nobody saw what I was doing. And then I threw the tampon shot into the tampon container, so nobody fucking saw anything. It was great. And I come out and I'm like, what's up, bitches? But anyway, McLovin, or Julian, they called him McLovin. He did so much better his second time around.
Yeah.
He did better jokes for sure. And then Jerry comes out, right?
Our boy Jerry.
Our boy Jerry comes out, and what does he do to you?
He gives me a look. You know what I'm saying? He comes out. We fucked with him a few times on Instagram saying that
Yeah.
we were coming out. He reposted our shit,
He did.
which I was like, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So he comes out, and he looks right at me, but he doesn't let everybody know that he's looking at me.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you the side bitch.
Yeah. Jerry, he killed it.
He really did.
I was really worried that he was going to do some old sets, but he fucking clowned on it. He talked about the whole venue.
Yeah.
You remember he was talking, he was like, this is an escape room. I was like, I thought this shit was weird.
The curtains, he was like, why are there shower curtains here?
I was glad that he was able to comment on it and just make it funny. It was a fucking good time when he came out.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of his old jokes.
No, he did a lot of new shit. And we'll take a quick, brief moment. You know, even though we don't get serious with shit, we're going to say he talked about his mom. And he talked about his mom going to the casinos and that they called her running with nickels.
And she passed away recently.
She passed away recently.
Jules is up to date, so she knows all this shit.
Yeah. So R.I.P. to his mom. If you know Jerry, like, it's crazy. It's been like a month or something since she passed away, and he's fucking killing it. Like, I could not. He's keeping it together. He's still telling his mom jokes. Like,
You would do it, bitch.
No, if my mom died, okay, when my dad died, I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, yo, and I was talking shit about, like, I was making jokes about how he died, like the next day after he died. But if my mom were to pass, it would be a lot.
Rough.
Yeah, she had cancer. She had like stage 3 cancer, so it was like some serious shit. So, not that we're gonna go into that, but if you know Jerry, you know,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Jerry did that I associate with, because, Pierre, I'm getting a little older.
Right.
I've told everybody my age.
Yeah.
He did a whole segment about stretching. I felt that shit. We're going to put that shit in right here.
Insert that right now.
Word of advice, stretch. If you learn anything here, just stretch, motherfucker. That's all I do now, just stretch all day, fool. Just calentando, güey. Siempre was just calentando, güey.
All right, so my favorite joke, Future Julie, insert that right shit. Future Julie, insert that shit right now.
Kidney stone, valió verga, güey. Fuck, it's been compared to giving birth. That's the same level of pain. Birth. La neta. Google that shit. I'm serious. I know, se enojan. I think it's worse. Kidney stones is worse than giving birth. It's hot topic. I know. Unpopular opinion.
I can't believe that bitches got so mad about the kidney stones. So mad.
That's females.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't fucking know. I haven't had babies or kidney stones, so I don't fucking know what the pain is like. So I'm going to believe whatever Jerry says about how painful it is. But them bitches was mad.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, so let's talk about the people that were next to us. Not the people to our right, but the people to our left. Do you remember those people?
I do. They had neck tattoo. The dude had a neck tattoo.
Tattoos, yeah.
And his girl, which I can only assume is his girl, she was wearing a red dress and she had those very long press-on nails.
Crazy long.
And one thing we've teased BJ about going to comedy shows is that she tends to cough.
She does.
When she laughs.
Yeah.
This couple next to us,
Oh
they were laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And it was a nasty cough. It wasn't like a light cough.
No, it was COVID cough for sure.
It was fucking brutal.
It was wet.
It was very distracting. Every time they cough, I would immediately ugh.
It was wild how gross their cough was. Nobody said shit about it, and it was so uncomfortable the whole time.
Every time she'd cough, I look at Jules. I was like,
Yeah, we're just judging them the whole fucking time. It was absolutely terrible. That bitch had crazy long nails. The guy was a fucking cholo with the fucking neck tattoos. They called out on them. But it doesn't matter because we were pissed about the service. The service was trash. They literally gave us 2 drinks. 2 drinks. The bitch came back and she was like, sorry, I've been gone. I was like, bitch, where the fuck is my bucket?
Jules, with a handful of tampon shots, she was like, bitch, I had to rely on these goddamn shots.
Yeah, I had to rely on the tampon shots that I snuck into the fucking club to fucking keep my buzz going because this bitch couldn't bring me my fucking modelos.
Yeah,
it was
brutal.
absolutely terrible. But then who the fuck comes on?
Motherfucking Concrete.
Concrete! What was your favorite joke about him? Or that he did?
I was a little bit of a fangirl, right? So
Right.
Concrete comes out and like a G, bro, he just starts burning motherfuckers. So
Left and right.
And we're sitting up very close due to
Right.
Julie's tipping. Concrete looks at me.
Hey, what's up, my boy right here with the fucking shorts and the guaraches, dog? It's almost summer, huh, fool?
That's all he said.
Yeah, he kept it pushing. I was just like, homie, burn him.
And then the part I really enjoyed was we were in New Mexico.
Right.
And I always thought the way you say Albuquerque was Kirky.
Right.
But apparently there's a certain way.
Nope, that's not how you say it, homie.
Concrete mentions it. Let's play it right now.
Shit, man. I love fucking Burque, bro. I know I was shit. Is it Burque? Burke? What the fuck is going on, guys? Burque? El Cholo. What is it, big dog? What do you call it, fool? Burque.
And that shit got stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I kept saying it that way the whole fucking time.
Burque!
It doesn't sound like you would say it like that.
No, not at all.
I fucked with that shit.
So my favorite joke was when he clowned on that guy. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Future Julie, make sure you insert it right now.
I know you do, fool. Yeah. He's matching everything, fool. The fucking shoes, the socks. Fool. Salvage title Mercedes. He got the Mercedes from fucking Pancho's auto sales and shit. He bought it at Navajo auto sales and shit. Okay? With the dream catcher and shit.
And that guy was loving it. Loving it. He just clowned on him so hard. I was just like, yeah, homie, with your fucking, what did he say? Salvage Mercedes title? That was my favorite line. Favorite fucking line. He did absolutely amazing.
He was in his 40s. I was like, bro, when you're a certain age, you can't be wearing that shit. You can't be wearing basketball outfits.
He was matching with his socks.
The whole way.
Everything was matching. It was absolutely terrible.
Albuquerque's different.
Yeah, completely different. So then comes the time where they bring the bills, right? They didn't even tell us it was last call. She just said, bitch, you get 2 drinks, and that was your 2-drink minimum. So they hand the bills, both bills, to the couple next to us. And they're like, pull out your calculator. No, I don't know. Is this them? Is this us? Is this them? Is this us? And then she looks at me and she was like, I don't know if this is you or not, but I think we spent more money than you. I said, bitch, what? I said, oh, with your little your Visa debit card? I was like, oh, is there an Amex on there? Because the Amex is probably us. And then she was just like, oh yeah, there is. It's the smaller bill. I was like, I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Jules had to shit on that bitch.
Yeah, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Amex don't got a limit, bitch. Go fuck yourself.
This card is metal, bitch.
Yeah.
Your card is plastic.
Exactly. I was like, I could bend your shit. And so we get the bill. We pay the fucking bill. It is what it is. They tell us that it's time for the meet and greet. We have our wristbands for the meet and greet because we bought t-shirts and hats and whatever.
Special.
Yeah. Pierre's like, all right, go get in line. And I'm like, okay. And we were talking to Jerry at the time. And Jerry was like, just wait till the end and like, we'll chop it up. And I was like, all right, bet. So I go to what I think is the end of the line. And then all these people come out of nowhere. All these people come out of
People
nowhere.
want to go buy shit last minute.
Yeah. And so all these people come and it's just silence in there. They don't got music playing. They don't got shit playing. It's just silence. And so I'm just like waiting for fucking Pierre. And then we end up by the door that they're going to come out of. Yeah, the green room door. What happened at the green room door?
So at that point, I told Jules, I was like, give me all the tampon shots you got, bitch.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom and do my shots. People are thrown up in the bathroom.
Ew.
It's gross. So as soon as I come back, I realize where we're at. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we're right here by the
green room door. Yeah.
I don't want to be nosy. I don't want to listen, but I can hear everything going on in there.
Yeah, Doknow is talking.
I'm like, put my ear next to the door.
Yeah. Pierre's being a fangirl the whole time.
I was being a little bit of a fangirl. And, I didn't believe that Jules was talking to Jerry, and Jerry was like, hang out after the show. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I was like, no. My father don't want to hang out with me, bitch.
Exactly.
You think Jerry's going to want to hang out?
Yeah.
And as we're waiting in line, I'm like, it's going to be really uncomfortable when they come out because nobody is talking. It's super quiet.
It's super quiet. Nobody's saying anything.
And it's just all the servers cleaning up.
Yeah.
They come out and they start like, yo, why is it so quiet in here?
Yeah. They finally play some music. It's fine. And so then finally it's our turn, right? And so I'm like, where the fuck are my bobbleheads, Jerry? Where the fuck is my bobbleheads? And he was just like, I'm sorry, I forgot. And the only reason I gave him grace is because his mom passed. It's the only reason I gave him grace. Otherwise, we would have been boxing in the middle of that fucking stage. Like, okay, I would have been beating him up. That's really what would have happened. And he was just like, I'm sorry, I forgot. And I was like, you know what? Sign my shit. And he's like, oh, the Sharpie ran out of ink. Likely fucking story. Concrete goes and starts licking it. Concrete grabs the pen, starts licking it. He was like, I'll sign your shit. Just let me lick this shit. And I was like, I don't think that's going to do anything. And then Doknow's like, I'm like, what's up with you and Angie? Like, why are you guys fighting?
Yeah, you're bringing up his personal shit.
Yeah. And he starts telling me the story of why him and Angie are fighting. And I'm like, I'm not really listening.
You're just burning everybody. You're like, Doknow, what's up with that bitch?
Yeah.
Jerry, where are the bobbleheads? Concrete, where the fuck's the pen?
So we end up, they couldn't sign our shit because they didn't have a Sharpie. And so Pierre suggests to me, he was like, go to the bar and see if they have a Sharpie. So I go to the bar and I was like, hey, please, do you guys have a Sharpie? And they were like, yeah. They were like, make sure he signs your boobs. And I was like, they're married. I'm not about that life. My brother's here. No, que hueva. And so they give me the Sharpie. She was like, but you better bring it back. And I was like, I'll bring it back. I swear to God.
She looks at you and said, bring it back.
And so I go back and I'm like, I got a pen. I'm like, I got a Sharpie. Sign my shit.
No, we had to wait in line.
We had to wait back in line.
We went back to the very end.
Yeah. And then Jerry's like, I told you guys to wait till the end. And I was like, whatever, Jerry. I show him my tampon shots. I give him the fucking stickers. Concrete remembers us. He actually listened to our last podcast.
But Concrete looked at me and he was like, oh, you're Pierre, right?
He did. He
and then looked at
Pierre.
you and he was like, oh, what's your name again? I was like, fuck, it was fucking great. Him not knowing your name was great.
I was so upset.
And then
so
he
upset.
only knew you by the tampon shots. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, you're the one with the tampon shots.
Yeah. I was like, you motherfucker. I was like, what's my name? Jerry's like, I know her name. Her name is Jules. Her name is Jules. She fucked me up if I don't fucking know her name.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Concrete knew us. I was very fangirl.
Yeah. It was a great fucking time. Anyway.
And at that point, they signed our hat. And that's where the opener.
Yeah. Julius.
Julius, you were like, yeah, you can sign it if you want.
Yeah. I was
He
like,
took
I
a bunch
guess.
of pictures and he put himself in the pictures a few
He took
times.
he took pictures, but he put himself in there. And I was like,
But it was dope as fuck. That meet and greet was very nice. I was like, bet you guys got fans forever, dog.
yeah. I was like, all right, I guess. It was a great fucking time. We drove back home. Everything was fine. They drove back to LA to do a show the next day. They left at 4 a.m.
It was like a
Wild.
14-hour drive. I was like, I couldn't do that shit.
No, fuck that. I could barely do a 6-hour drive with Pierre. Barely. Yeah, we drove back 3 hours me, 3 hours him. It was terrible. Anyway, but I think that was pretty much the end of the show, right? That was it. Do we need to tell anything else for anybody?
The last thing I want to bring up, bitch, I told you at the beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
I thought the house was haunted.
Oh, that's right, bitch.
I was like, bitch, I think there's a spirit in this house. And
That's
Jules was
right.
like, no, you're fucking tripping, bud. There's
Yeah.
nothing. Once we got back to our place,
Yeah.
Jules was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I think the house was haunted.
There was crazy random ass noises that were happening while I was asleep. Like I was waking up to like these weird noises. And Pierre was like, it was probably me. And I'm like, nah, bitch. No. It was like speaking noises. It wasn't walking on the floor noises.
I'm glad you said that once we got home because I would have not have let that shit go.
Yeah, yeah. So I lied to you to save you, but I knew that fucking house was haunted.
That's what my dad says.
Whatever. Your dad don't say shit to you. He don't talk to you. Because he's dead. D-E-D dead. Anyway, from Robin Hood, Men in Tights, D-E-D, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining the podcast. Our next our next episode is going to be about Renee Baca.
Because we drove back and then went to another comedy show.
We drove back on Sunday, and then the show was like at 7:30 p.m.
Some shit happened.
Yeah, shit went down. Anyway, before we start getting into all that shit, we're going to fucking let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. Go fuck yourselves. Goodbye.
Stay blessed.
Why did you interrupt me? I was in the middle of saying go fuck yourself, and you
This
fucking...
is why you're fucking single, bitch.
No, I'm single because by choice, bitch.
Okay.
All right, goodbye.
Stay blessed.
That's how you do it.